Now to talk more about the relief efforts for Maui, I'm now joined by Hawaii U.S. Representative Jill Tokuda. Jill, thanks so much for coming by. I know you just got off a plane this afternoon. You were in Israel for a trip, a congressional trip, but I appreciate you being here today. First of all, I'm sure you saw the videos of the fires. What was your reaction?
Well, obviously, as soon as we saw that, we were making quick plans to just rush home, get here as fast as we could. It was heartbreaking. It was devastating. You don't have to live in Lahaina to really just feel the pain and the anguish that literally the whole town was gone. Mm-hmm. I mean, you know, my grandfather spent his childhood on Maui, so many memories in Lahaina. That was one of my favorite libraries right there to hang out in, read in. The banyan tree was just something that we always stood by. One of my first trips with my parents was to Lahaina. I have pictures on the wharf right there with my mom. And, you know, now you look at it and it's gone.
Yeah, so many great memories gone. Yesterday, President Biden declared the emergency. Mm-hmm. What more can the federal government do to provide relief for residents there?
You know, that declaration was really the critical trigger that we needed to make sure that we could tap down every single dollar available. The Department of Health and Human Services issued another emergency declaration for Hawaii as well. This is going to allow us to start accessing critical things. People need food money, disaster SNAP money. People are going to need temporary shelter. They're going to need to rebuild homes. We're going to need SBA loans and supports for our businesses. All of these different things, that declaration triggers the ability for us to tap into money. But the bottom line is, too, when we get through this August work period, we've got to go back to Congress. Mm-hmm. We need to talk with every one of our colleagues that have been overwhelming us with support and say, we need help now. So in terms of supplemental disaster funds for Hawaii, that was never something we were thinking about before, but we really need that money now.
Now, you represent Hawaii's 2nd Congressional District, which of course includes Maui. What have your constituents been calling you and voicing the most concern about?
You know, it's hard. It's really hard to hear, you know, whether it's the calls on the phone, whether it's the text messages or emails. Please for help. I mean, something as unimaginable as I can't find a family member. I lost a family member. I have no home. I have only the clothes on my back. What can I do? Where can I go? All of these different things. It seems so basic, the things we take for granted. And right now, the people of Lahaina and on Maui and on Hawaii Island, they are going without. Mm-hmm. And they urgently need our help. And so you can really sense the pain and the hurt, but you also sense the frustration and the urgency. And the urgency I absolutely get. I mean, as a mother, I think of myself, could I even imagine our family in that situation, running in fear and terror, losing our home, trying to provide support for our family and our loved ones. We need to be that support network urgently for our constituents right now that are hurting.
I know you told me tomorrow you're going to be flying to Maui. What do you hope to accomplish while you're there?
Well, we'll be going out there. U.S. Senator Hirono will be there with the director of FEMA and her team. It really is to be able to see firsthand what's going on. I don't think it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be one of the hardest visits I've ever had to Maui, but also to be able to show FEMA this is just the scale and the scope of the destruction that we are seeing. When we say we need help, we absolutely mean it. We need everyone to feel that urgency, understand the dire need, and fight right there with us so that we can get the support that our communities need right now.
Right, and you said you had planned a town hall in Kihei too.
So we've been planning a town hall next week, Saturday, in Kihei, and we are now reformatting it to be almost like a satellite office. We call it Tokuda in your town. We've done it in other communities before, but come in and sit with our constituent advocates. And, you know, we can help you file paperwork, and then, you know, we're asking passport division to come, maybe Social Security, Veterans Affairs. Come over, USPS. They're all interested. We're hoping to get some warm bodies there so that as people need to literally recover the documents, you know, the identification that has been burned away, we want to be that warm hand to be able to take them in and say, let's help you. Let's get this started. And maybe let's just try to get this done even quicker because you need this to even be able to, you know, activate a lot of the supports that you can get.
Well, thank you so much for coming by. I know you're tired from that long, 20-hour flight?
Yeah, I have nothing. You know what? I have absolutely, you and I know, we have nothing to complain about.
That's true.
We've got to be there for our Maui families.
That is very true. Okay, thank you so much. U.S. Representative Jill Tokuda.